the song, that out back there. Yeah. Take care of it. There you go. We got, this guy just came back from Indiana. He's still back in Indiana. There, we got it now? No, this. We can't mute this. Hello? It's not working. This gets muted, but not this one. All right, there it is. I can hear my voice. Bring it down a little bit, please. That level is for Pastor G. You gotta bring it down for me. 303, please. We are ready. We are ready to take off. Wings as eagles. Stand, please. 303. When the race still lies before me. 303. When the race before me and the wind is blowing strong, when the wind is surround me and my strength is almost gone, when the valley plunges deeper and life shatters all my dreams, to Jesus, and he gives, God gives wings as eagles. God gives wings as eagles. Begin to stumble and my dreams begin to crumble. I'm out up on eagle's wings. Let us run the race with patience, each weight aside. We unto Jesus, our faithful guide. The race before us, he has won the victor's crown. Follow me on higher ground. As eagles, God gives wings, eagles. When my feet begin to stumble and my dreams begin to crumble, I'm out up as eagles. That's a good start. Our next song is 505. What a wonderful change since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Jesus came into my heart. please be seated. Don't forget, please, Romans 8, verse number 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemns it in the flesh. Now, I'm encouraging now. I have no idea how I have that memorized by Wednesday. I have no idea. But God just said, I almost had it on the first day. Now, listen, don't get intimidated, because I don't have a mind to do that. But I probably heard this verse more than once, and it just simply flowed. So there it is. By Wednesday, you can do it. You still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm going to ask you again, how many are working on Romans 8:3? How many are working faithfully on it, like it means a $500 bonus? All right, there it is. There's three of us. It's not hard. Romans 8:3. Also, please, the leadership conference. I know that many of you had raised your hand about the leadership conference starting at 8:30 this Saturday, and then many of you raised your hand also about passing out the door hangers. How many of you? Let's see. Raise your hand first of all if you're going to the leadership conference. Okay. All right. And then raise your hand if you're going to help out with the passing out the door hangers. Good. We have 450, so not 300 like I thought. All right. So Pastor G knows he can be with us now. His activities are taking place in the afternoon. I thought he was going to be with us all day long, so he could be with us. Jess is going to be with us, and Troy is going to be with us. Yeah, Troy is going to be running to those houses and put them on. So the 450, I instructed Pastor G, let's get them all done. So it's not that challenging. Probably it'll take an hour with the amount of people that are going to come, because I know more teenagers are coming as well. And so we want to get started at 10:30 with that, please. 10:30 here at the church, and we'll get that moving along. Don't forget also, Resurrection Sunday. What do you call it again off the internet? It's just a digital invite. A digital invite, and they could. If we can send it, we can text it to them by phone. They can grab it off of the Facebook page and share it. Yeah, Facebook page. Yeah, I know you both did. Yeah. Okay, so off the Facebook page, off the website too, or no? I don't know if you can grab it off the website or not. Does everybody have Facebook? I don't have Facebook. Okay, so you can grab that off the Facebook page, digital, and send that a nice, crisp, digital invitation. Yeah, very good, excellent, very good. Let's go ahead and sing 599, please. 599, America the Beautiful. How many of you understand the political and world climate, that if America goes, so goes the world? Do you know that? Do you understand that? When America goes, so goes the world. We are that centerpiece, and we're maintaining that truth and peace throughout the world. So that's why you see all this craziness taking place in America right now, transgenderism and all this stuff. So keep that in mind, please. America the Beautiful, we're still sending a lot of money and missionaries all over this world. That's the Great Commission. That changes everything. Keep that in mind, please. America goes, there's no doubt about it. You're not going to run anywhere else. I'm going to run to another country. No, you're not going to be able to do that. So let's keep praying for our country. Always understand that we need to govern from a seat of righteousness, and pray for our president. He would get saved, and our vice president would get saved, and our congressmen and women get saved. America the Beautiful, please. $5.99. Oh, beautiful for space. Yes, stand. For amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesty. Fruited America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet who stern impassioned stress for freedom be. America, America, God mend thine every. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty. Oh, beautiful for heroes proof in liberating strife. Country love and mirth more than America, America. Refine success be nobleness and every gain. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years. Cities gleam. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. From sea. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll sing that last song, please. And that's a medley. And that medley starts on 635. 635. Continues over to 636. 637 ends it. Starting at 635, please. I have decided to follow Jesus. To follow Jesus. I have decided. No turning back. No turning back. I'll live for Jesus day after day. I'll live for Jesus. Let come what may. The Holy Spirit I will obey and live for Jesus day after day. I just keep trusting my Lord as I walk along. I just keep trusting my Lord, and he gives a song. Though the storm clouds darken the sky or the heavenly trail, he will never fail. He's a faithful friend, such a faithful friend. I can count on him. Though the storm clouds darken the sky or the heavenly trail, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and receive, please, your prayer request right now. Thank you. Miss Mega had a tremendous talk with Monet, about 15 minutes. Just a great talk with her. She had answered her son's phone. I said, yep. He needed to have that taken away from him temporarily. I said, that's what our parents did to us, and now you're doing the same to him. Don't forget, please, on Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, we're having a fellowship at 10. We are having Sunday school at 9:30. Please don't forget that. It'll be abbreviated. We'll end it at 9:55. You're not allowed, if you're a member of our church, you're not allowed to go and get any of that free food unless you come to Sunday school. So that's how it works around here, all right? Now, if you bring something, well, that's a different story. But I pretty much what we'll do is my wife the church will buy all the products, unless she's asked somebody. Does she ask anybody to bring something? Ladies, okay. So either in the last minute she's going to ask you, well, not the last minute, next week, this Sunday. Sometimes people bring stuff, but we'll take care of that. Don't worry about that. We'll have some, pastries and some fruit and all that good stuff. We want to clear out by 10:25 to come into the auditorium. We have plenty of time, okay? All right, so join us, please, at 9:30 for Sunday school, and invite your friends, please, to come and have some fellowship with us before we have the service at 10:30. Thank you very much. Okay, we want to start off here. Alexis would like us to please pray for Haley Hancock. And I'm saying, boy, I don't even recognize this writing here. No. This is you. No. But I always call you Alexi, and Alexis is right. So I'm thinking, did Jazuri write this? No, your handwriting is perfectly fine. I'm just not recognizing the handwriting. All right, so you threw me a curve. So Alexis, now we got two Alexis. That's going to really be confusing, huh? No, you're good to go. Haley Hancock, custody battle going on. Okay, this is a coworker, friend? Always tough. Always probably tougher on the kids than anything. Her name again is Haley, Haily. Custody battle, please. John Hoxie would like us to please pray for a co-worker. What is that name, sir? Jaden. Oh, Jaden. Got it. Yeah, I see it now. Just started on Monday. All right, so Jaden is saved, but he's got a little bit of baggage, and John is asking us to please pray for him. God specializes in that, People have baggage. He'll take care of that. Like I always said, if he can save Saul of Tarsus, he can save anybody. Safe travels for Brother Hoxie. I'll be seeing his sister, who is not well, in Virginia. Donna, right? Doreen, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's nice you all go together like that. That's really nice. How many all together? 5? 4 of you all together? Okay. That's really nice to know. Unspoken requests that John has, please. Elvira would like us to please pray for her brother. His name is David. This is for healing, and then also include David for salvation. A second brother named Douglas, and praying please for a cure for cancer. And Elvira's niece, to be delivered from the evilness of drugs. Terrible stories that we've heard through our lives of people being addicted to drugs. Sean would ask us to please pray general request for a church van. Then the two individuals named Mark and Kyle, praying for Mark and Kyle, please. Health needs, he asked for two. This is Kelly that we've mentioned to you. Kelly is in ICU. This would be Dylan's mom, and she's not well. She's in very serious condition right now. They did a trach because they had intubated her. The tube was doing damage to her throat, so they intubated her, and she's not well. She's not well at all. Tuberculosis, right? Tuberculosis. Kelly also, that Brother Sean is asking us to pray for, please. Salvation. Well, this is a good sign. I need to transfer down now to Kelly for an answered prayer. Movement, blinking of her eyes and moving her mouth. That's good. Very good. I'm not going to know when you're coming anymore, Sean. Answer the prayer, quiet muffler. You can't do that. That's why I know you. I know you. Your card. There's Sean. Yeah, man. Well, I didn't hear it long enough. It didn't bother me. You've heard it long enough, huh? It's all good. It's all good. We're going back to salvation now. Sean is asking us to continue to pray for Peter and Mark and his family, brothers and nephews, his children. As Dane has mentioned, he'll be traveling. This is his request, please. As he travels with his family to Virginia to see Doreen and Bob. He has mentioned that Doreen, who has dementia, his sister, went to hospice yesterday, retaining fluids, maybe congestive heart failure. How's Bob doing? He's recovering from cancer. Okay. Yes. And again, as I mentioned to Brother Hoxie, and you probably mentioned it as well, we're saddened by this because Frank, his brother, just passed away, and possibly in the same year, two siblings pass away. So I haven't entered that. I mentioned to you numerous times I have not entered into that yet. No siblings have passed away, but I can only imagine how difficult that would be. Pray, please, for the Hoxie family, not only for their travels, for Bob, as his wife is not well. Salvation, please, for family, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. Brother Hoxie's asking, please. Very good. Thank you very much. Proverbs 3, please. And Proverbs in chapter number 3, please. Spoke to Pastor Townsley and Daniel Wright. Daniel Wright will be the new pastor of Central Baptist Church in Hamden, Connecticut. Just to make, I'm not sure if I clarified this, but that was the name of the church all along, Central Baptist Church in Hamden, that they gave the building away, as you know. They're a little bit concerned because there's a lot of work still to be done, And I don't have that expertise to do kind of work that they need to remodel, but they're doing the whole church, which it needed it. And so they're fast pacing it. Pastor Townsley's putting like 14 hours a day. They're working when he can to, he's got a lot of carpentry skills for sure. So keep that in mind, please. We're looking to hear good results from Central Baptist Church in Hamden, Connecticut. Indeed. Here we are. We're looking at the final lesson on principles for work and business. And we're looking now at financial practices and how the Word of God helps us with this. I'd like to read the introduction, please, as we normally do. And if you'll follow along silently as I read aloud, I'll begin. Proper financial practices affirm honesty over greed, generosity over covetousness. I can go to this mic now, and I'll just remove this one. I'm not even sure if I'm on with this lapel. I'm going to find out right now. We are. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Proper financial practices affirm honesty over greed, generosity over covetousness, integrity over deceit. Right practices also show responsible stewardship of the resources God has given to us, including the time which we are to redeem. Established financial practices allow us greater liberty and availability to accomplish the work of God with a clear conscience. Let me explain that last sentence, please, my thoughts on that last sentence. You probably can figure it out pretty much. So when we're look at the last part of that sentence, accomplish the work of God with a clear conscience. So when we're practicing proper financial practices or adhering to, we're going to not heed to greed. If you don't have proper financial practices, you're not going to have a clear conscience. So a clear conscience, you're separate from greed. Honesty is number one in your life. You care about generosity. You're not going to covet. If you're covetousness, you don't have a clear conscience. You can't. The work of God is going to be significantly hampered. And that's not only for you individually, but that's for the church, right? I mean, you have the principle. We have the principle. Now we got to be careful with this, but there's the principle there is of Achan, right? And everybody suffered because of the sin of Achan. But that was more than just him. The leaders didn't pray and set out to pray. If they would have set out to pray, then God would have showed them, hey, this guy is taken of the accursed thing. They just went in haphazardly, like, we can take this over. We can take AI. We just conquered Jericho. We don't even have to send as many people. We don't have to pray about this. And God said, now, if you would have prayed about this, if you didn't take it so nonchalantly, I would have opened the door to you. I would have showed you that Achan is guilty, and then you would have gone into AI. But still, integrity over deceit. We suffer. We don't have a clear conscience. Now, also, we mentioned in that last statement, greater liberty and availability. In other words, when we adhere to proper financial practices, we're not strapped to where we're always working because we're trying to work for our own selves. Work, and we don't think about the things of God. You see what I'm saying? God doesn't want that. God wants us to balance this. And so also if we're careless and have a lot of debt, we don't have a clear conscience. We don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's slowing us down. It's slowing us down for the things of God. Oh, I would like to give to this missionary. I would like to give to Central Baptist Church. They're taking this upon themselves, $100,000 of renovations. Yes, yes. And we'll talk to the church about this because our missions is doing well about helping out with that. So that's the idea going into this now, proper financial practices. Let's go at Roman numeral number 1, please. We see 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Roman numeral. The first one we see, settle commitments promptly when due. And so we're looking at A and B here, obligations over convenience and mercy over principle. Let's look at this, please. We want to start off in Proverbs 3 and verse number 27. We want to look at obligation over convenience. It's convenient not to pay your bill, right? Right? You know what? He can wait. He can wait. They're calling me. It's 90-day past due, 120-day past due. It's convenient for me, right? And I get it. Sometimes we're strapped and it's tough. That's why you call and you say, hey, let's work out a financial plan, please. Can we work out a financial plan? We've done that through the years. Financial plan with our gas bill, for instance. Man, that's sometimes tough. Electric bill's not so bad, but that gas bill's tough. That's tough. So you work those things out, and they'll agree to work with you. Medically, we've done the same thing. Right? Let's go on a plan here. I'll pay $200 a month, and on we go. So we're looking at, please, to pay debts without delay. Obligation over convenience. Proverbs 3, verse 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. I was talking to a tow truck driver, and he's going to get the rental cars, and his company rents cars, and he's going to get the rental car, and the young lady, she was 21, 22, says, what are you doing? Well, you stopped paying. So, that was her attitude. So, why can't I keep the car? What do you mean? You can't keep the car. What? And she can't quite fathom, lady, this car may be financed. This car, there's insurance on this car. There's upkeep on this car. It's not just free for my employer, and she just couldn't grasp the idea why I want to keep my car. Insisted on keeping the car, was upset that she had to give the car away. That's the generation that we're dealing with right now. Sad, 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 sad. And so it's all about entitlement. Yeah, entitlement. Yeah, I'm entitled. I'm sorry. This offends me. Oh, so I should stop it. So you don't like my purple door, so it offends you, so I should paint it? I mean, that's the idea. It offends you and offends them, and so they want change. Well, what about me? You're offending me, and you're making me change. It's very, very, they're narcissism. It's narcissism as it is. Narcissism is infiltrating our whole society right now. Pay debts without delay, our bills, loans, government taxes. Romans 13, verse 7, beginning in Romans 13, talks about the government. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Let's look at number 2, please. So the obligations over convenience, so pay debts, but then also give wages to those earning them. You ever hire somebody, do a job? When my mother, the night before my mother passed away, 4 of her 6 kids were in the room, and we stayed up with her all night, and we're telling stories, and we were just, we told some stories that we just didn't know about each other, and we're just laughing, and I said, boy, the nurses and the medical staff are being very kind about it because it's 3 in the morning and we are loud and we're laughing. We're having a great time. It was just a wonderful time, to be honest with you. So my brother tells this story about this guy. We all delivered newspapers. And so my brother had said, here's your bonus for the year. And he gives him a pack of gum. But it was old gum. It was all stale. And he says, now here, there's 6 pieces here, so give one for you, and one for your brothers, and one for your sister. And my brother like, well, are you serious? He was serious. We had gone to his house to chop ice, and we spent like an hour there, and 2 of us, and okay, yeah, here's, I don't know what he gave us, like 50 cents or something like that. You know, that's not right. That's not right, I tell you. My customer wasn't paying, and they took advantage of me as a young boy, 13 years old. So my father said, we're going to go to his house. And my older brother was 6 years older than me. He knocks on the door. The guy looks out and sees my father in the car. I'll be right back, and gives the money. Now, the bad thing about it is it's like $2. You're gonna gyp a kid of this $2 to me is a lot of money. And $2 for you is nothing, and they kept holding off, and it went week after week after week after week. That's wrong. That's wrong. So let's give wages to those earning them and do them right, please. Then, of course, number 3, render to God the first fruits in 3:9, please. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with thy first fruits for all thine increases. We have to look at the tithe. If we look at the tithe rightly, even though it's not this, but if we look at the tithe as a what? Right? Or a bill. I got to pay my bills. All right? Let's put this on the bottom if I have enough. Well, God is very, very gracious. I don't think, who do you work, you cut trees for who? Okay, and you got a contract with Eversource? Eversource. Yeah, Eversource is not going to be that kind. Not going to be that kind. I'm sorry, your gas is shut off. Your water is shut off. Your electric is shut off. Letter B, please. Mercy over principle. Let's explain this, please. Verse 28. So we broke up 27 and 28. Say not unto thy neighbor, go, come again, and tomorrow I'll give, when thou hast it by thee. That's not right. Mercy over principle. You say, yeah, but you know what? No, don't do that to your neighbor. Say not unto thy neighbor, go, and come again, and tomorrow I will give. Maybe the next day. When thou hast it by thee. We're looking to be charitable to the less fortunate. Look to be charitable to thy neighbor. And number 3, B3, charitable to those dependent upon us. James in chapter 2, verse 15 and 16, if a brother or a sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Self-explanatory. Number 2, please, avoid the problems of risks of debt. 22:7. 22:7, please. Notice, please, 22:7, the rich ruleth over the poor. Be careful, but that's true. And the borrower is servant to the lender. That's why those credit cards say, hey, look at here. No interest for a whole year. No interest for 6 months. No interest for 18 months. Wow. So a story that most of you don't know is in 2004 when we bought this building years ago from the owner of the bowling alleys. He financed, as you may know this, he financed it. He said that 3 people had owned the land, but I'll give you the building. He said, I'll give you the building. I'm not going to give this building to anybody else. An adult club wanted to buy it. He said, no way, no way. So he financed it at 6%, which is a good price. And then we were able to buy a corner piece where the trailer is, and that's trailer really needs to go. If you're ever wondering any questions about that trailer, I don't want that there. It was only supposed to be there for 6 months. It's going on 18 months now. But we're not angry about this. You can have it towed, and I know guys that say, I said, no, I'm not going to play that game and have it towed out of here. That would not be right. That would not be right. So anyways, so this guy lends us, and then but our counsel, our lawyers had missed something because there was a $17,000 lien back taxes on this building. And our lawyers at the time, I wasn't here, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't have been duped, said, don't worry about it. You're tax exempt. You don't have to pay this. He does. That's not true. That's not true. So by now, the fines have gone up to $51,000. So we own $51,000, and the city says, we're going to come, and there's somebody working for the city, and the city says, you start working on all these liens and all these back taxes, and we're coming, and we're going to get your building. So in the process, we're going through another lawyer, and he was wrong. So we called Christian Law Association, and I said, sir, tell me, and so let me describe to you what I feel his countenance was when he told me what he said. He said, and this is how I felt his countenance must have been. Of course you owe this money. So now we have to pay $51,000 or $53,000. We took a all-you-can-give offering, and our church gave almost $18,000, $18,000. And then Mrs. Constance Cylinder lent us $33,000 interest-free. $33,000. So the $18,000 that one Sunday, here's the offering, and people were just, okay, here's my paycheck. I'm going to give as much as I can. And Mrs. Linder, at the end of the loan said, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay the last $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. Gracious individual. Now, I say all that to say this. The owner over here, I let it be known that this is your fault, Mr. Owner. This is your fault, without saying this is your fault. How can you help us? I can give you a loan at 10%. I was like, 10%? You just gave us one for 6%. Now you're going to sock it to us. By the way, he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire. In fact, the owner now says that he's given millions of dollars away to charity. So what am I going to do right now? Am I going to yell and scream and spit and stomp? I'm just telling you, look at the verse, please. 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. I even mentioned it to the owner. next door because he's good friends with him. And I said, listen, and what I just told you, I told him the same thing. I said, let's see what will happen. Let's see if he'll have some sympathy. You've given millions of dollars away, charity. By this time, he was in his 90s, living in California. He's dead now. I have, the way I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, we spent $350,000, $270,000, $330,000, $270,000 because we had to buy the piece of land and then this building, plus the $51,000 comes to $330,000. Is how I look at it. We have in 2004, this building was worth $1.3 million, and we paid $330,000. So that's how I looked at it. Now, we could have gone and said, we're going to sue the lawyer who is his fault, did not catch the lien. Right. But we decided, what kind of testimony is that? No, I know. Yeah. Too late now. Yeah. And we could have said, hey, by the way, sir, maybe we could have sent a letter to him and said, okay, and then move on from there. But anyways, I don't know what this building is worth right now, but in 2004 it was worth $1.3 million. I think it's a little bit more than $1.3 million right now. You agree? Here's a realtor that would say, oh yes, oh yes, yes. Do we go at least $2 million? Yes. Okay. So that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And we're fine. But Pastor, what can we do with that $50,000? We can't look at it that way. We have to look at souls being saved, and who knows what could happen. Who knows? Maybe this will go viral, and that lawyer will hear this. The owner will hear this and say, hey, Pastor, Charlie, we get along good with you, and we want to continue to get along good with you, Charlie. Free bowling for the whole church. Hear that, Charlie? Free bowling for the whole church. All right, we're moving on, please. Roman numeral number 3, avoid pledging guarantees. Now, let's talk about this, please. Warning not to be a co-signer. We'll talk about this in a little bit here. Let's be careful about this. I don't want to be dogmatic about this because there's some situations we want to be careful and we want to be liberal and kind and helpful. Warning not to be a co-signer, 22:26, Proverbs 22:26. Be not thou one of them that strike hands, that would be a handshake, or of them that are sureties for debts. So surety, it means certainty, responsible for another's debt should the borrower default. Notice we also see in letter B, warning of the consequences of co-signing. Because the harsh creditor we see in 22:27. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? Yes, that's what a harsh creditor would do. All right, give it to me. Warning not to hastily make deals. Notice, please, we see a loss and then we see a win. Let's look at 17:18 first, okay? 17:18 first. I meant to put that first and then 11:5 or 11:15. We're looking at 17:18. A man void of understanding striketh hands and becomes surety in the presence of his friend. That's why we're saying, be careful, warning not to hastily make deals. Let's read it again, please. 17:18. A man void of understanding striketh hands and becometh surety in the presence of his friend. Now let's go back to 11:15, please, and we'll look at A and B. We'll break up verse number 15. And we're looking at the first part, a loss, 11:15. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it. Let's stop right there. So smart is to suffer pain, to be punished, to bear penalties, or the evil consequences. So we're looking at this now. So God is very serious this about co-signing. Very serious. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it. Notice now, a stranger. That's important. We want to talk about something very important now. Then we see a win. And he that hateth suretyship is sure. That word sure is secure. See that? So there's a win there. A loss is you're going to smart for it, and then there's going to win for it. All right, let's talk about something now. There's other principles in the Word of God, and if we take this dogmatically and say, I'm not going to help my daughter or son out, I think you're making a mistake. I've helped my children out. I'll help them out again. I'm not worried about them going belly up and, all right, Dad, sorry, I just took advantage of you right now. Is anybody worried about that with your sons? No, not at all. So let's be careful, say not so dogmatic, because there's other principles in the Word of God about our responsibility to our children, our responsibility in being kind and generous. So this clearly there's no way I would be a co-signer for any member of our church. I don't think it's wise for any member of our church to borrow money from one another, because that just doesn't go well if something goes wrong. I don't lend money anymore to Christians who aren't members of our church. I did before, and then when he didn't pay me back, when I saw him years later, I said, you know something? Just because you didn't pay me back doesn't mean you can't come to church. Oh, I thought I couldn't come to church. See how that works? It's better to say, no, I'm sorry. I can't lend you any money. Because that's what he felt. That's exactly what he felt. That's what his wife told me, by the way. I can't come back to church. I stiff the pastor. Yeah, so I will never lend. I'll never lend. I don't think it's wise. Hey, I got a car for sale. Johnny L wants to buy my car, you know. He wants to buy the Buick. I said, no, Johnny, you can't have this car. I got too many. Oh, man, come on. No, Johnny, it's not going to work. He tells me that I'm one of his, one of the men that has influenced him as much as anybody. Oh, that won't happen anymore. I tell you, my car, Johnny, it's going to go down the tank. I can't do it, Johnny. All right, so I'll sell it to somebody else, and you buy it off of him, okay? And then I'll tell you all the problems, and we got to try to fix them together, all right? All right, so let's be careful about that, please. I'm not dogmatically saying, and I know some of you have been co-signers, and some. Guess what? They're just not going to get that car. They're not going to get that house. They're not going to get whatever, right? You're not helping them out, right? That's true. Okay, moving on, please. So there's a loss and there's a win. We're looking at letter D now. Now, letter D goes even further. Free yourself from debt obligations of another. So now we're seeing if you do get yourself into that situation, this is what you need to do. Number one, because there's a self-prepared snare. You got to get out of it. You have to have self-humility, a strong urging, self-priority, and self-determination to get this done. We're looking at Romans. I keep saying Romans. I'm not sure why. Because we're memorizing Romans. That's what it is. The memory verse. Yeah. And that's not on purpose, by the way. It's not a dig right now, okay? To memorize Romans 8:3 by Sunday. All right, here we go. So we're looking at Proverbs 6, 1 through 5. Proverbs 6, 1 through 5. Let's read verses 1 and 2. We see a self-prepared snare. Uh-oh. We got ourselves into a bind. We made a mistake. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand, again, that stricken is making a handshake, with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Wow. So there's a self-prepared snare. We're at fault. Nobody else is at fault. We are. So they're begging, please, 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 and crying and begging. Let me think about this. I'll give you an answer tomorrow. And doesn't that help when you wait? The answer is going to be clearly no. But you're under this pressure, you're under this pressure. So you got to let them settle down. You're already settled down. You got to let them settle down. They come back and listen, I hear what you're saying, but I can't do this, and let me show you why. And you show them from the scriptures. They can't argue now, but wait, but. No, there's no exception clause here. There's no but here at all. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, friend. I can't help you. All right? We're looking at self-humility. Now, this is what you have to do. If you have already done it, do this now, not tomorrow, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. You have to humble yourself. Strong urging is the sure. So we see, go humble thyself. Then we see that's 3A, and 3B, strong urging, and make sure thy friend. We're looking at now a self-priority. Notice what he says. So this has got to be a priority. Give not sleep to thine eyes. That means you got to get over there now. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Nor slumber to thine eyelids. So a self-priority. Then you have to be self-determined. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter. This is pretty dogmatic here. Notice what he says here, how descriptive this is, that when you are surety, and you better get out of it, you're like the roe in the hand of a hunter. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of a hunter, and as a bird from the hand of a fowler. Self-determination. Then in letter E, require collateral in case the borrower defaults. You're giving a loan now. This is a loan now. You're giving a loan. And there has to be collateral. (2016). Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. I really wrestled with this thing about the strange woman after we know what a strange woman is. And then we go with 27:13. 27:13. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger. We're seeing the verse repeated, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. Obviously, you can't trust a harlot. Maybe that's the idea here, coinciding with giving somebody a loan who's going to back off on those loans. Collateral in a case of a borrower's defaults. I haven't really thought about this, and I don't know, but okay, you didn't make those car payments. Car's mine, and I'll finish off the payments. I don't know, but the Bible is saying collateral here. I was saying collateral here. I guess if the car gets turned in, then I don't know. I've never had that happen before, a repossession of a car. So what happens is, so like the tow truck driver, he was coming to get this car. I'm taking this car. You can't have it any longer. You've leased it. In this case, she rented it. So the bank just simply says, thank you for all that money, and I own the car. Oh, you got to still pay. Oh, yes, okay. Got it. So they're taking the car, and you're still paying. The co-signer. Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew that. But I'm talking about just a loan without a co-signer. I'm we're looking at required collateral in case of a borrower's defaults. Yeah, yeah. If you were uh, lending something and the person didn't pay, and okay, you got to give me something for what you've just done. What I've lent you this. You said you're going to be on payment plan, um, whatever it may be. All right, I'm taking it now. It's mine. Pardon me. Yeah, but I'm just talking about anything. If I let somebody borrow, and I gave them an expensive lawn machine that's worth $3,000, I'm sorry I can't pay. All right, I'm taking it back. Give it back to me. Yeah, collateral, right? That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Got it. Got it. And so that's why we need to make wise financial decisions. And remember, we said we have here hastily. Where is it? Where is it? Warning, letter C, Roman numeral 3, letter C, warning not to hastily make deals. Okay, it's a deal. No. Be careful. Also, we look at finally, do not lend with excessive interest. 28:8. 28:8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. Be very careful, please, about all this. If you get that credit card and it's 18 months interest free, once that 18 months, I did that, and I said, okay, I had owed, we had owed IRS and some other things, and I said, okay, it was a mistake that we made. I said, all right, I'm going to get in this 18, and I paid it off because I didn't want to pay 27%. So, okay, paid it off, never used that credit card, and just kept paying until right at the month, September, at 18 months, it's all paid off. I never used, yeah, 2 months left, and never used it again. It's in my drawer. That's what I ought to do too. Yeah. So, anyways, be careful, please. Hey, Johnny, yeah, we were just talking about you. You want to know what we were talking about? You still want my car? You still want my Buick? He says, sure. that wasn't very convincing, Johnny L. So I convinced you not to get it? Is that right? Did I convince you shouldn't buy my car? Or I haven't convinced you yet and you still want it? Okay. All right. Well, you can't have it. Unless I sell it to somebody else and you buy it from them, then it will help you fix it. All right, let's go ahead and pray, please. We'll break up in groups of 2 or 3, and we'll pray for these requests. Dane, when you leaving? Very good. All right, sir.